move to double on the c file, on the open c5. I wonder if Rubius will realize that his a1 rook is still yet to be developed. He goes for e5 now.
Oh my gosh. This is an insane game. This is an extremely high-level game of chess, and it is taking place on the only 3 open files. Daniel, don't play rook c1. That does not work. Also, Anna, do you take on e5 or do you push f5, f4? Like, what are you doing here? Probably f5, f4.
I feel like he should push f5, but it's not an easy decision to take because it allows white to keep that pawn, which would have been a pass pawn. Rook e6 is logical. Pinning the pawn, very good move.
That is a classy move. So I was right. He does put the queen behind the rook, looking for the batter. Oh my gosh, he's all in. He's all in. And
I'm telling you, Rubius has watched too many of our Champions Tour coverage.
But you're like, it sounds like we're joking, but he might actually be taking inspiration because so much of modern chess now is h4.
I'm not joking at all. H4 has happened so many times, and he was watching the broadcast every day.
Whoa, this is almost a blunder.
Breaking the rook with a tempo. He knows about the creating a bigger threat concept, but I'm not sure he realized that after pawn takes bishop, his queen too is hanging.
But he blunders. It's hit twice. It's hit twice. Just take it. Daniel
has been low on time.
Daniel has been super capture averse this whole game, but he has the time to find it. He's been avoiding a lot of trades.
Yeah. No, this is his chance. This is his chance to calmly calculate that that bishop is attacked by 2.
Oh, but he misses it!
Rubius follows up with the king side attack. The b6 bishop is still hanging.
It's just immortal. It's standing there. And Daniel might realize that that's the thing, but now you're being attacked on the other side, and he finds it.
He takes with the queen. Very smart decision because it forces the queen trade. Rubius with a smile there that he missed the bishop hanging.
No!
He takes on e5 too, which unfortunately is another piece, and Daniel will take it. That, I think, is a lot more obvious that this knight is hanging.
Oh my. Oh, Rubius just melting under time pressure, unfortunately. He was exceptional. I mean, this is 3 straight games.
Yeah.
That it
was a brilliant game by both. Kudos to both.
He missed it!
Daniel didn't take the knight, so Rubius is still in the game. It's a piece down, but he still has some chances. That's a great move because if the king moves, the bishop on f7 is hanging.
Bishop f8, knight d7.
Goodness me. How can Daniel get out of this then?
I don't know. I think he has to. I don't even know what the best move is. Oh, knight f7.
King h7. Let's
Bishop
see if
d4.
Rubius
Bishop
realizes.
d4.
Yep.
I don't even know what's going on.
This game is so amazingly exciting and high level for how they are coming back from difficult situations. Both of them have been in the good and bad in this game together. Daniel also with
rook h6. He takes.
Yeah, I thought he was showing a bit of frustration there, Daniel, but also that ending it with a smile. This is a wholesome moment where oh no,
King g7.
That might not be the best spot for the knight. King f5. The knight has a chance now to come back to f7.
This is wild. The king has king g4, and it's like mate. Rook h6 is a checkmate.
Oh no, King g4 sets up checkmate in 1. I wonder if Daniel will play it, and I wonder if Rubius will see the checkmate. He has been solving checkmate in 1 puzzles. Rook f6 to trade the rook is classy too because this endgame is better for black.
Yes, it is, but Daniel has to completely change gears now. He has to completely change gears, and he has to realize b2 is hanging, and then to win the endgame.
Yeah. Oh, rook
h6 is winning.
d8. I feel like rook d8 is a good attempt, but yes, there has to be plenty of good moves here for Daniel, and the knight is stuck on aj. That's a very poor piece, unfortunately, for Rubius.
And that is why you actually have to scan for checks, because he had the bishop, but he didn't have to move it. Rook h6, if he just thought for a second, do I have a check? Oh, I do, and I'm winning the knight. But Anna, you're right. He actually had to take the knight with the bishop, because then his rook would have taken my gosh.
It was very complex, but even like this, I think Daniel is now on track to win this game. He is up on time, up a pawn. His pieces are a lot more active, and when we see how poor this h8 knight is, or maybe actually wait, if Rubius gets to take on g5, there's a hope, but then the knight will fall after rook h6.
Oh, and is he trying to rescue his knight?
I think that's what he's doing, but now rook h6 wins the knight.
Yeah. Wow, that's heartbreaking. And Daniel
Both the bishop and the rook are attacking it, so just one move short of getting the knight out of a desperate situation.
And he's taken, but this is still, you still play this. You still play this.
Absolutely, because there's not much material on the board, also not much time, so Rubius has to speed up. Just a reminder on the time control that there's increment. They receive 5 seconds per move, but it's not that much to think.
Now Daniel has to safeguard his bishop with one of these 3 moves, and he does that. Rook d2, bishop d4. Whoop, use it as a shield. A wooden one, if you will. Rook h2, and that's it. Rook h2, that's why you always look for checks. And the rook is gone. Even in a trade, this is winning.
Yes, and that's something very important when you're ahead on material. This is up a piece, a bishop advantage for black. It's something beneficial to you to trade as much as you can. Simplify the position with trades. Instead of that, a5, of course, is a good move to the g-pass pawn, and he's about to create more on the queen side too.
Now, there is a trick, of course, rook f2, which is sacrificing the rook and deflecting the king from defending this rook. It's relatively 5-head, kind of unnecessary, only really if you want to flex the fact that you've won the battle. Otherwise, just take the pawn on a2 and keep converting. Rubius at 2 seconds. And there, the defense of the rook is gone.
I think he's trying to create a stalemate. I was teaching him about stalemates, and he thought it's unfair that someone with material up would make only half a point. But I pointed out that you always need to make moves. In this case, there's no stalemate because there's still so much room for the king that Rubius resigned.
Yeah, I think that was more a sign of respect than anything else, and Daniel celebrating.